Greetings and salutations, fellow gamers. Lukey P here with another episode of Let's Play Skyrim Survival with Boldrus the Wood Elf and our new travelling companion, who is over there chopping some wood by the light of this campfire. So as you can see, we're in the middle of a storm. We're picking up from the end of the last episode, and it's quite late, so we're going to look to turn in for the night. And we've got 2 tents here, which is why we returned here. So we've got 1 tent here for our companion, and 1 tent in here, which is our leather tent.
Are we heading out?
So let's settle down for the night, and we will see what the morning brings. But we're probably going to be looking to go out hunting and see if we can find some leather and some other things to help us on our travels and help build a bigger tent for both of us. So before from that, let's have some water. Some more. Okay, we'll try one of our water skins, and that should be okay. So we're all right now. So the storm has ended. What we're going to do is we're going to travel on foot today, actually, I think, because I'm going to try and scout the area around here, because I think there are commonly some deer up in the woods here, and that would be handy to see if we can track down some of them. We'll take these snowberries. See if we can spot a deer or a similar. That just magically materialised in front of us. I think that was a gaming glitch. Slightly interesting. I'm not sure we're going to manage to catch him, unfortunately. I think we will content ourselves with grabbing a few of these butterflies for use in our burgeoning alchemy potions. Because Boldrus is now learning how to do
Heard of the great apes of Valenwood? They were
alchemy.
kings and have titles and speak with haughty accents. They also eat rodents.
Interesting. There are lots of bees around here for us to collect. These are useful things for Boldrus to have for crafting. Struggling to catch that one. And there is a
What is it?
there is what looks to be an abandoned campsite over here. I wonder who is staying here. We shouldn't rob our fellow inhabitants of the wilderness, and we're seems in this bee. Okay, we will take that beehive, but we shouldn't rob those other fellows. So we will leave that be. Looks to be a goat there, I think. See if we can. Oh no, it's an elk. See if we can get the right angle to pick that off. No, we don't do much damage, unfortunately. Still. This is a shame. I don't think we're gonna be able to do enough damage to take that elk out. Maybe with a few arrows from Daenlyn as well, if he can connect with any of them. Oh, we fired one in. Yeah, we've managed with many arrows to bring down that elk. We will have to get a better bow and a better has a set of arrows at some point, but let's just have a little look around here before we Pine Watch. The door is locked, okay. We shall leave that alone, I think. Capture some of these butterflies and then we will look to skin the elk we just brought down and get some more leather. So we're collecting leather, Boldrus is, because we want a large leather tent so that us and Daenlyn can travel together. Because at the moment we've only got one tent, or a tent for one, with one bedroll, and I feel it would be appropriate as a travelling hunter to have
What did you need?
beds for all of our travelling.
Melee fighters are your ramparts. The healer is like the moats, and the archers are, well, archers. That part is the same.
I hear what you're saying in your wisdom. We only have two of us, and we're both archers. Maybe at some point in the future we will expand our travelling companions. What's that over there? Is that a... Oh, it was a deer. I couldn't tell what it was. See if it gets stuck in there. No, I think we're going to struggle to... Let's see if we can get it.
When I strike you, you fall.
There's a companion. Oh, there's a bunch of deer. Let's see if we can bring... No, we're not having a very successful series of shots at these guys, are we? So one of them has run off over here. And, oh. Bandits. Hello. You, archers versus archers. You're not as good as we are, although you do seem to connect a few times. That's one of you down.
If we protect us.
There we go. We have brought down those archers. I do wonder who or what they were shooting at though. That looks to be interesting. Yes, okay. I wonder if there's still someone up there who triggered that trap. Let's see about approaching this area. We can't see anyone. We take that as another bow, some iron arrows. This is a bandit. We don't really have any issues about taking things from bandits. What's that? Hello. Let's jump down here. Are you a...
Good morning.
Ah, yes, you are a...
Take a look.
you are a wandering merchant. Dwarven acts of consuming. These are all interesting things. So we've got a steel war pick, and she is offering a Nordic war pick, but it's for a large quantity of our money. So I fear we have to We have to turn that down at the moment, but we can sell on some of our stuff we don't need. So these hooded Thalma robes, we can sell those on. We can sell the cloak we took from Thalma, and we can sell some of this light armour as well. Studded armour we've just taken. So yes, we can sell a fair amount of stuff which we no longer require. I think that's probably all we want to sell, thank you. We have gone up a fair amount in gold. Okay, thank you, it was good to do business with you. Just have a look at this other bandit archer who... we've got a hunting bow, and there's nothing else there we really want, so... Daenlyn appears to be off somewhere. He's still fighting someone from the sounds of it. Is he up here? I keep hearing cries for help, but if he's still hunting that that is one of the elks we were hunting earlier. See if we can't bring it down. It's gone to a watering hole. There's a tree. Shot slightly ahead of him. We are not having a successful archery day today. Another bandit archer. We'll come back for him later. We really want to take this elk out if we can. There we go. Got him. At last we brought him down, and I think Daenlyn is nearby. So let's... we cannot do that when there are enemies nearby. This is the glitch we've had a few times. There isn't actually an enemy nearby. The game seems to think because there has been combat going on, there is. We'll take this opportunity to refill some of our bottles. Yes, this looks like it was a camp at some point, but so it looks like the bandit had murdered this unfortunate dark elf. I fear they won't take any other need of this apothecary satchel. I will just give your body a little bit of dignity. Let's put it behind in the shade, and then let's take from this bandit archer. There's someone else dead just down the river as well. So let's take these. There's a spell tomb, and this is a book which I feel flicking through it increases our knowledge. We keep coming across books which like that, which seem to be imbued with some kind of power. This is an ore vein. Have we got a pickaxe yet? We do. Let's chip away at this.
Songs can be an important tool of political dissent. Some even say Mogo's Mead is a ballad about legalizing skooma. As for who says it, well, it's skooma addicts mostly.
Okay, that's an interesting story. This is another bandit, and yes. I do wonder if the game has decided that we're no longer in combat by now, and we'd be able to skin that elk we just brought down. That would be helpful. So let's head back. Oh, good, it has. Okay, so we've got an iron arrow and a stone arrow back. And we've got a deer heart, some antlers, some bladder and some animal fat. We've got a large animal bone. We've got some deer hide, a quality deer pelt, and we've got 15 venison elk. So that's a good haul. So I think what we might look to do is to return to our main camp to drop some of this off, and then we will have a spot to eat maybe, and then think about what we want to do for the afternoon. We have got this area now where we managed to kill some bandits, which is quite an interesting area. It does give us some... hello. This is the elk, but I think jumping down would be... Oh, hello. It's accidentally... as it was looking to avoid us, it's tumbled into the boulder and has fallen.
We've stopped. What is it?
So that was a lucky break for Boldrus. So let's look to take what we can from this deer, and then we will head back to camp. You can hear the birds chirping away. One of the good things about the mod packs on this game, it does, at least for me, make it a bit more realistic and enjoyable. So I wondered who that was for a minute. That was Daenlyn coming out of the shadows to travel with us. So we're travelling on the road. I wonder if there might be some animals around here, around water, while we're hunting. There is a deer. We're right to suspect. Oh, he's come right up to us. And we've missed him twice somehow. That was really poor shooting. Okay. Ironically, when it's running right up to us, we're actually struggling to hit it. Okay, between me and Daenlyn, we've managed to bring that deer down. So, yes, I need to sort out my close range shooting. Boldrus does. He doesn't do so well at close range.
They say wood elves learn to climb trees before they crawl, and jump before they walk. Skyrim isn't a foreign land. The ground is.
Interesting. So we've now got too much to carry.
Some people don't like talking about politics, but a healthy debate should strengthen your convictions, not weaken them. Alright, let's trade.
It's true wisdom for life as well, I think, really. So let's give him some of the meats we've collected this morning, because that will reduce the amount we're carrying, and he can carry that back to our base for us. So
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
That's a surprise. A courier has hunted us down in the woods and has handed us a letter from the Jarl. Boldrus Greengrove, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sidgeir, and I have the honour to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. If you are interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you're in Falkreath. Aside from the honour that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecarl. I can also tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain Jarl Sidgeir of Falkreath. A choice parcel of land. We would definitely like to have some land, some woodland on which to hunt and live and subsist. So I think that is going to be something Boldrus will now strive towards. That will now be. So we have several objectives at the moment. The final vein looks to still have some in it, so we'll get this. So we now have a couple of objectives. We have getting enough leather for a travelling tent, and then most likely where we will be travelling is to Falkreath to talk to the Jarl and see what we would need to do to be able to obtain some land. Okay. This is the Great Lake. That is the creepy woman with an army of skeletons around her, who we I think we'd rather avoid. So let's go up around this way, and we will come down this side. Are there any animals out there we can spot? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So let's head back to camp. We could done with our horse today, perhaps chasing down some of those. Some of those animals might have been easier with a horse to run at pace with. We must learn how to whistle in order to summon our horse. So this is the camp we took some bandits out from, and we are trying to get up to our own campsite, which is somewhere up in this direction, if I remember correctly. There we are, there's our horse, there's our tents, and there's our fire. We should, let's chop some more wood to put on the fire. So we're not really going to put it on the fire, this is a permanent fire, but if you recall in the very first few episodes I said that one of the things I would be doing is, if I'm going to camp near a permanent fire, I'm going to chop some wood and put it by the fire every day as kind of a roleplay principle. So for this I'm chopping 6 pieces of wood, and I will put it in the little bag next to the permanent tent which is here. So that's 6 pieces of wood, that's the storage sack. And So let's see what our morning has brought us in terms of cooking, not cooking, in terms of leather materials. So we need to turn those into deer pelts, and then we can turn some of these into leather. We can turn some of our wolf pelts into leather as well. We can turn these fine deer hides into elk hides, and those elk hides can then also be turned into leather. How are we doing on... so if we want a large leather tent, we've got 22... We need 22 leather, and we've got 26.
A priest of Arcade pronounced me dead and
You've
my soul
died
above.
before.
But a part of me was still tethered to an animal, and by some miracle, it was his soul that Arcade claimed instead.
That's a very strange tale, Daenlyn. So you nearly died once, okay. So, we have 22 leather. We need 22 leather, we got 26. We need 16 leather strips. Well, the great news is when we make 4 of the leather into leather strips, we now have enough for a large leather tent. Or an Ashlander large tent, which has 3 rolls. That could be interesting. That is one of the tents which comes through Tentapalooza. But as we're not a dark elf, I think for now we would just go for this large leather tent. But the good thing about that is that now allows us to travel. Just make this goat hide and make some leather, because I think we need to get a large leather tent with 2 beds. Oh, I need 2 leather. Okay, we're 1 leather short. Never mind. I think we have enough to be setting out again. So let's just boil some of this water. And I think what we're going to do is I will probably spend the night here again. It will be our night here, and then I will pack up this tent and we will come back when I'm ready to set off in the next episode. But I'm looking at the clock, and this episode has been running for about half an hour. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. So we've had a pretty successful hunting day. Despite my poor shooting at various times, we've managed to collect enough to get a large leather tent. We now have 1 large leather tent and 1 small leather tent. So 2 bed rolls, and we have 2 people travelling, me and Daenlyn. So we will set off travelling soon, and we will be looking to make our way to Falkreath to investigate this Jarl's proposal to us. So I'll wrap it up there. Any comments? Please do let me know. I'm enjoying the survival aspects of this. I like playing Skyrim a little bit more realistically, not just grinding for levels. Although we may do some of that, and it is fun sometimes to grind for levels and get a ridiculously strong character. But that's not the purpose of this particular roleplay and playthrough. So I will wrap it here. Thank you as always for watching. I'm Lukey P, and I will see you again soon.